Start. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Giant Goals. This time we are reviewing the game week 37.
And FA Cup final.
And FA Cup final,
Yes, the big one.
the
Yeah,
big one, indeed. Massive applause for Crystal Palace.
yeah.
What
Amazing job.
Yeah,
amazing
they were
job.
the underdogs, and nobody would have thought.
They
Pep
were,
losing a final,
yeah,
it's
that too
like
against
rare.
Pep
Yeah,
Pep's
City.
Man City.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's
But
rare.
I would say they had luck in their favor where Dean Henderson avoided a red card
Yep.
and got a mouthful from Guardiola at the end.
Again, I'm not sure why Guardiola was shouting at him. It's not his responsibility. Like, should he
Yep,
just
yep.
self-deport himself from the field?
Like,
That's like the referee's responsibility or the VAR.
and if would have been Guardiola on the other end, he would have praised. Like, if the
Yep,
player would have sacrificed himself for the game to prevent the other team from scoring, he would have applauded him.
Yep.
yep, yep, yep.
Exactly. And despite having VAR, right, I'm not sure why Guardiola is going against like Henderson. That's
Yeah.
not his job, right? It's VAR.
Mm,
It reminds me of like England versus Germany where Neuer literally saw that the ball has gone through, but they did
yep,
not have the
yep,
technology. So
Yeah.
again, it's not his responsibility to like voluntarily send himself off. So,
yep,
but
yep.
again, Henderson for me was the man of the match.
No doubt,
Amazing.
He
no
saved a
doubt.
penalty as well. Marmoush with a
Yep.
very weak
I
penalty.
think,
And he took it off Haaland,
So I
which
believe
was
Haaland was lacking confidence. Haaland
mm,
actually went to the ball. He was about to step up, and then I'm not sure what the discussion took place, and then Marmoush just came up and uh, took the shot. I'm not sure what happened. There's no so City one thing, right? City for all their attacking prowess, they don't have a good penalty taker.
yes.
hmm,
Haaland used to be last like in the last 2 years.
But even he is missed. So they have been
Yep,
rotating their penalty takers between him, Kevin De Bruyne. I guess sometimes Bernardo Silva steps up. If Gundogan is there on the pitch, he steps up.
yep.
S- Like in United, right? You have assigned takers. For United,
Bruno.
Bruno is the
Yep,
first one. But if
hmm,
Rashford would have been there, he would have been the second one to take the penalty.
yep.
yep,
Uh,
yep.
but then that's not the case. I have seen for a very long time with City, and their record with penalties is not good.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah, they lost to Madrid against penalties, and
Yeah.
then
Hmm.
yeah, even KDB has missed like a ton of penalties to be honest. So that is why, even though he's a fantastic striker of the ball,
Yeah,
when
he's a
it
good
comes to
free kick
penalties,
taker too.
yep,
Yep,
exactly,
yep, yep.
exactly. But yeah, a fantastic save by Henderson. He literally saved that shot. Didn't let Haaland score from there. The rebound as well.
Yep, yep.
So and then the
Fantastic
multiple
double save.
saves. Yeah,
Yeah,
multiple
I think
saves
they
he
had
had.
like what 20 plus shots. I think
Yeah.
20 or maybe
Yep,
30. I don't know,
yep.
but like he was rock solid.
I
Uh,
think the other player which I need to call out is Muniz,
Munoz.
mm,
the right back.
Yeah.
He literally also had an amazing. I think he gave the assist for Eze.
yep,
And he had a
yep,
goal
So
ruled out too for
yes,
yep.
he
offside.
had a goal rolled out for offside. He showed really good energy on that flank. So
He's been a tremendous right back this season.
yep,
Mm.
So and I'm pretty sure I believe Liverpool are already linked with him if I'm not wrong.
yeah, Liverpool already
How many
signed.
right backs do you want?
Exactly. Yeah, we are not Man City, right? So
You signed
you can,
Frimpong, right?
yeah.
Jeremy Frimpong.
So
Yes.
I don't think so. Muniz is gonna come in.
Mm.
But the good part is Palace winning. Glasner literally won the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt. He's
Hmm.
come to Crystal Palace, won it after I think
The
a
first
long,
major
long
trophy. It's the
yeah,
first
their
major
first
trophy.
major
Yep,
trophy exactly.
yep, yep.
And to go against Guardiola, even though like a weekend team, in the sense this season has not been that great, but still it's an achievement nonetheless.
I would like to point out to one of the stats that I read. Haaland has not scored in any finals for City.
Wow. Oh yeah, he did not score in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Didn't score in
Mm.
the FA Cup final before. Uh, yeah,
Two FA Cup
two
finals,
Two
right?
FA
FA
Cup
Cup.
finals. Yep,
And then
Three now.
even
Three
three,
actually.
yeah, three
three.
now.
Yes, three now.
Three.
Yep,
So yeah, it's not good, not looking good for him. Like you want the name Ronaldo, Messi, they made their names by performing in the finals.
Finals.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
And Haaland, I'm not sure what happened to him after his injury, but he's not looking like his confidence best.
Yep.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's certainly something that Haaland needs to do to
Yeah,
get
I
that
think
whole.
this system itself is taking a toll on him as well.
Mm,
Uh, with the decline of KDB, I think everyone is suffering. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the oil that an engine needs, and since
not just
he's
KDB,
declined,
I'd say even Bernardo Silva.
Silva
Yes,
as
he
well.
is
Yeah,
slowed
yeah,
down.
both
Yep.
of them. Yep, yep,
Yep.
both of them.
And the rumors have it that KDB is going to be replaced by Morgan Gibbs White of Nottingham Forest. Again,
Hmm.
that's just a rumor. Let's see what happens. But
Mhm.
and Rodri is also back, so City are getting those players back again. So they might
Hmm.
be scary next season, but
Yeah,
who knows?
Yep,
But yeah,
yep.
again, congrats to Crystal
congratulations,
Palace.
Crystal Palace.
And with that being said, we can move on to the Premier League right now.
Yeah, let's start with the biggest fixture of the game week, Arsenal Newcastle.
Again, the one player who I was counting on is injured, Alexander Isak.
Yeah, uh
And because I would say because of him, Newcastle literally had so many chances. Raya literally had a blinder in that game. But
Hmm.
had Isak being there, I'm pretty sure he would have wrapped up that game pretty easily.
for sure.
Yep.
And the unfortunate part was Gordon literally did one mistake in the midfield, lost the ball, and Rice literally took the chance and scored.
Yeah,
So
Yep. Yep.
uh, I would not have been surprised if Newcastle would have won it or even drawn it.
Yep.
and
But
with
it
that,
was a good game overall.
Yep,
End to end, pretty good. Uh, Unfortunately.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And with that, I think Shushan was saying that
Arsenal
Arsenal,
secures second place.
Yep. Yep.
yep,
Still,
Yep.
yeah, like if you look at the goal difference, City, like Arsenal need to lose bad and City need to win like
like
tremendously.
crazy, yeah, 14
Hmm.
nil or like 12 nil or something.
Yep.
So, mathematically not still confirmed, but like we know it's more or less
Yep.
confirmed.
Yep. More or less
Yep,
confirmed. Yep.
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 Who's gonna give Arsenal the three-peat second time winners? Like,
And they're playing Southampton next, so Arsenal won't be
Yeah.
dropping points then.
Yep.
true,
Yep.
true.
But yeah, feel sad for Newcastle. Like Luke and you said, right? They played tremendously. Callum Wilson, his stock has just dropped, is dropping and dropping, and is nowhere near his best he was a couple of seasons ago.
Yep,
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, they severely were missing Isaac's
Isak.
quality up front.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
that's like even though everyone is saying like Isak like 100 million or 120 million player, I kind of fear his injury record. His injury record is not the best,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
he's missed a lot of games from for Newcastle because of his injury. So that might be something which might affect his price tag because of the injury record, basically. Yep.
Possibly. Possibly.
Yep. Talking about the other big game in this game week, which was on Friday, Chelsea versus United. Uh, Chelsea winning 1-0, a very very
Cucurella.
narrow victory, I believe. Good, Shashank.
United, yeah. So I was saying United, that goal coming from like losing to a Cucurella goal was very disheartening.
Yep, one
Uh,
right back providing an assist for another left back,
yeah.
basically.
So, like he got a free run. There was no one who was tracking his run, which was very surprising. Uh, Reece James did well when he dribbled past Garnacho. He kind of made him look like a fool. He cut
Hmm.
inside, and then he put in a cross.
Yep,
A lovely cross by him. But of all players, I wouldn't bet on Cucurella scoring. And
that's true.
somehow he has more goals this season than Hoyland.
Poor guy.
Atlanta might
Cucurella
just
or
be,
Hoyland.
yeah,
Yeah. Just
Atlanta
be
might just be like,
sipping
what
wine and
gives?
laughing.
Seriously.
But yeah, overall, I think United was never in the game too. Like they barely had
So
chances.
United, they started well, to be honest. Like I was
Yes,
watching the game, right? So they had a goal ruled out offside and by a very
Hmm.
narrow margin. Maguire,
Maguire.
Yep.
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 Maguire was looking more like a striker as compared to Hoyland. Uh, Very narrowly ruled out by offside. They started well, but
Hmm.
then I did not see any urgency after the goal was conceded.
Yep.
There was a attack which was happening late in the game, and there was a streaker who came on the field and disrupted the flow, and like it was a dead ball situation then. Uh, but otherwise, like the one thing that saddened me was no attacking intent shown or no pressing Chelsea to get that equalizer in.
Mm.
I kind of felt that Amorim did a mistake by playing that squad, considering you have the Europa League final. So they played on Friday and they were supposed to travel, and then the game
Yeah.
is on Wednesday. I was kind of surprised that Bruno Fernandes started, Ugarte started, and I was just fearful or like just thinking if anyone picks an injury, that might just be very, very bad for United. So not sure
Mm.
what what he was thinking there.
True, true.
But but with that victory, Chelsea are edging closer to the Champions League, but they face Forest at the end game,
Yeah.
and that
Away.
away, yeah, and Forest actually won against I think it was the West Ham 2-1,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so they
2-1.
might be
Yeah.
in decent form set. So let's see
So
what happens in the last game.
positions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hotting up. Like there's Newcastle, there is Chelsea, there is Aston Villa
Yep,
and Forest and City.
I think
Yeah.
City should be able to comfortably finish third.
Yeah.
It might be between
Mm.
Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Nottingham, and we know that either of Chelsea or Nottingham Forest are going to drop out because
Yeah.
they face
Yeah.
each other.
And Aston Villa is facing United, would be tired after their Europa final.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And probably
as
wouldn't be caring that much either.
yeah,
So,
correct.
yeah, tomorrow's like the end of the season for United.
yeah.
Win
Yeah.
or lose.
Yep.
True.
Talking
So,
about Villa, right? They won 1-0 against Spurs.
A second string Spurs.
Second string Spurs for sure. Villa also getting very well. I think it was Watkins who scored that match.
Watkins, yeah.
Watkins,
hmm.
and I think Watkins has got married today. So scoring off the pitch and on the pitch.
Aston Villa actually
Hmm.
won 2-0.
2-0.
So it
2-0.
was
Yeah.
not Watkins, it was Kamara and Konsa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. So Villa are creeping up. I think as a neutral for Villa, I would love to see them in the Champions League, considering what they did very very closely with PSG. So that is why I would love to see Villa in there.
So I'm there with you, Lokent. I've been predicting Villa to finish in top five.
Yep.
And I do feel Chelsea could drop points here. They also have a final coming up.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
like both Nottingham and Chelsea would be gearing up for this match. Like only advantage Forest would have is they're playing at home.
True. True. But
Yeah.
their home
Yeah.
form hasn't been the best in the recent past. They lost
True.
against Brentford 2-0 at home. So
But then, like for them, it would even if they win and say New even Aston Villa drop points against United, right? They make their way into Champions League.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very true.
But
Very true.
I, for a change, want to see them in Europa because good evening in Europa is a
Dangerous.
different beast. Yeah.
Yep.
So would
Very
love
true.
them to, go as far as they can. Because clearly in Champions League, yes, they well did against PSG. But
They
had it
finished in
been,
top eight as well.
Yep.
If you
yep.
we have to
I mean, it's a different kind of format. So everyone was surprised, I would say, with the way things change in this new format. But despite PSG, I think it was, if it would have been any other team, any other like Barca, say Real Madrid, I don't think so. They even had chance,
Yep.
So I still don't think of them as like a team who can challenge Champions League, but rather I would love to see them in Europe and win it possibly.
True. The best part of that is Villa literally fighting relegation one season, and then they are literally now
Mm.
in the Europe's elites. And hope this continues. Like it's not the traditional Big Six. We
Mm.
do
yeah.
need
There's a
teams
lot
like
of
this.
reshuffling. Like Newcastle has entered into fray. Same with Aston Villa.
Yep.
So like there are eight
Mm.
teams now properly competing for four positions.
Even Forest, if they can continue that last next
I
season.
I find it difficult for Forest to sustain this form.
Yep.
Uh, and
Mm.
Nuno Espirito Santo could possibly be on his way out. There are strong rumors suggesting after his bust up with the owner,
Owner. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
there are strong rumors of him going out this season.
Hmm.
Possibly. Yep. Yep.
Hmm. Got it. I think the next game which we can talk about is maybe Brighton Liverpool again, a dead rubber.
Yeah,
But Liverpool literally are have dropped off considerably. There was
they
like,
they are relaxing.
yep,
Yeah. I mean, they don't care. Like season is over.
The only
They have.
concerning thing for me for Liverpool would be Salah's form.
yes, true,
So I don't remember the last time Salah had an outstanding game after,
Mm.
especially after he signed the contract.
yep, that's true. And then I think hopefully this is not the signs to come in the near future. But I think that is what I've seen of Salah. He has an explosive start to the season, and
Mm.
then he kind of tapers down at the end. And that has been quite consistent every season, except the first one, where he wanted
Mm.
to bang those records. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
this season has been a drop.
so I was looking at his stats. In the last 10 matches, he's scored 3 and assisted 1.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like my work is done here. I've
yeah.
made sure that Liverpool win the league now. I'm gonna relax. So
And out
and the
of
Yep.
those
same,
Yep.
10 games, right? Out of those 3 goals, 2 came against Southampton.
yep.
So,
Mm.
Those were really crucial goals if I remember that correctly because Liverpool were losing that 2-1.
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
you're right. So, both penalties at the end. One at the very end and one in the 54th minute.
Yep. So again, Brighton again playing very very well. They literally create one player after the other. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how like they have literally an amazing scouting network and they
Mm.
literally spawn players out of nowhere like and then Chelsea will buy them for like 50, 60, 100 million as well. So you never know with them to
So,
be honest.
one thing, right, Loken, that I want to ask you. Are you concerned with Liverpool's recent drop in form for the next season?
I am not because the moment they won the league, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, we are done. They literally have taken a flight to Dubai middle of the like end of the season. Everyone is relaxing and because you have nothing to play for, you are okay to concede goal. Okay, doesn't matter if I lost or drew. Don't care. So
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I think
And I
it's
think
it's
even the fans will let it slip.
yep,
It's a 20th title. Everybody's happy. Nobody wants to even point out that, okay, you lost a home match or, last match, whatever. So they don't
yep.
care. Fans don't care. I think it's a win-win for them.
So even Suhan, when you were talking, right, he is not playing McAllister. He's not playing. I think Gravenberg played. Soboslai played,
Yeah,
but McAllister didn't play. He's playing Elliott. He's playing Jones, who are
Hmm.
not his like starting 11. So even he literally played Chiesa on Monday,
as a
which
striker,
is
yeah.
as a striker, which is an
Hmm.
anomaly.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, I think
so
he's just trying to
rope.
gauge the
Yep,
players he wants to keep or sell or possibly, let them perform and
sell them off for a higher
sell them
fee.
off for a good fee if they perform. So yeah,
Yep,
I mean, I don't see any problem in that. Um,
exactly, exactly. But and then I think we can just cover one more game, which is or two more games. Man City versus Bournemouth. Man City winning 3-1 despite getting a red card for
Both
Kovacic,
teams got
and
a red
both
card.
both
both
teams
teams
got, yeah.
got a red card. And the one bad thing today was Milos Kerkez has literally had a very very poor game, and everyone is now saying is Liverpool like signing the right player. Uh, so that was one thing, and I think this might be the game of the week, which was Crystal Palace versus Wolves.
Yeah,
Uh,
Hmm.
Palace winning 4-2,
4-2.
Nketiah scoring 2, Eze scoring 1, and I think there was one more player.
Chilwell,
Chilwell, yeah, Ben Chilwell.
who everyone forgot is playing in Premier League.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that I think that was a game of this week, like an amazing free scoring game between
Yeah.
these
Hmm.
these guys.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
then we have, yeah, Brentford was. So, one thing we have to discuss, right? So, Brighton or Brentford, they still have a very slim chance of making it to Europe.
Europa.
Hmm.
Not to Europa Conference. Uh, like only possibility for them coming into the final game week would be they have to pray that Chelsea win the conference and finish seventh. So basically, they are defeated by Nottingham Forest.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So they would still Chelsea would still get a chance into Europa League if they win conference.
Yep.
And then the next play is like because they'll anyways be like two teams. Chelsea will be finishing seventh, so the eighth place team could get into
Hmm.
But
Europe.
it kind of depends. So Forest need to win and Villa need
Chelsea
to
need
drop
to
Villa,
points as well.
Villa also needs to win
Yeah, Villa also needs to
yeah
win or draw.
win or draw.
or a
Yeah.
draw. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Yep.
basically, they need Chelsea to finish seventh.
Hmm.
Uh, that means Nottingham Forest, Villa both finishing above them and them winning the Conference League as well
Yep.
against the
Hmm.
GOAT team.
Yep.
GOAT
Against a good
team.
team. And I think both Brighton and Brentford have a chance because
Yeah,
Brighton are on 58, Brentford are on 55, but Brentford have a better goal
goal
difference.
difference.
So kind of depends on who qualifies. I would personally want Brighton to qualify
Hmm.
Hmm.
because of the young manager, the kind of scouting they have,
Hmm.
and if they literally qualify, they can give more youngsters a chance, which means they can sell those youngsters for even more profit.
Hmm.
So,
I'd
and I think
actually want to see Brentford qualify, to be very honest. Brighton
hmm,
have had a shot at Europe once.
yes,
Yep.
Brentford
Yep.
haven't got that opportunity yet, and like we have to remember Brighton, like they have been getting funds because of because they've already sold a lot of their star players,
yep,
and no doubt
Hmm.
the scouting is tremendous. They make good players who are playing well in the league as well after their moves, but Brentford, like they haven't got such a backing. Uh, Thomas Frank is also a very good manager.
yep,
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
he was being linked to United as well before the job went to Amorim.
Hmm.
Uh, so like to see a new team go into Europe just
yep,
because they haven't been there before.
Yep,
true,
yep. And I think Brentford had their chances as well, but they, uh, I mean, they dropped form in the middle, and
yep,
then I think they have recovered back in past like 6, 7 games, I believe. So,
And
uh, uh, I think there's a good. It will be good for them for us to see them. But I doubt Chelsea will lose.
that's true as well. Yeah, Chelsea to lose both against Forest and
they have to win the conference.
They have
yeah,
to win the
they
conference.
have to
Yeah,
win
so
the
that
conference
that is
and also
possible. Yep,
yeah,
and
Lose,
possibly, yeah, but
it's a possibility.
yep, yep.
So that will make it like 10 teams in Europe next
wow,
year.
Wow,
yeah, that will
the
be
GOAT
amazing.
league.
The GOAT League. Yeah, what I was kind of saying was if Brighton reach the Europa and or sorry, conference, and if they sell again more players to Chelsea, I think Todd Bowley should literally get like an American Express credit card, buy Brighton, and then use the credit card points to like literally buy their stadium as well because it's called the Amex. So
Yeah. Two players I think will be from Brighton in hot demand would be
Mitoma,
Baleba and Mitoma.
Mitoma,
yeah,
yep, yep. Mitoma
Carlos
has been
Baleba.
really good. Um,
yep. Maybe if Pedro hadn't or Joao Pedro hadn't got that red card, right?
Hmm.
hmm,
He was also doing good. I would not say exceptional, but at least a good
yep,
striker,
yep,
basically. Yep. I think that's
Okay.
about it.
Yeah, we've
yeah.
covered the
It
majority
was
of the
a
matches.
good week, and only 1 week, 1 game to go.
One game
Yeah,
to go.
most of the teams' fate have been decided except for positions 3 to 6,
Yep.
3 to 7.
7.
3-7.
Yep, yep, yep. All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
guys
much
for
for
joining
watching.
Thank
in.
you so much.
Please
See you
keep watching.
soon. Yeah.
See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.